Senate Bill 958. Imagine this. Imagine someone was trafficked as a teenager and forced to shoplift, trespass, or carry drugs for someone else. Years later, they are free, trying to get a job or rent an apartment, but those old charges still block every application. What the bill says it does? Senate Bill 958 says victims of human trafficking or compelled prostitution should be able to seal certain criminal records that came from being exploited, so they have a real chance to rebuild their lives. What it actually does? This means trafficking survivors can now ask a judge to seal records for more low-level crimes like misdemeanor drug charges, trespassing, public intoxication, record tampering, and misdemeanor theft. This means survivors can move forward without those records following them forever, while courts and prosecutors keep the power to decide each case. Who benefits? Survivors of human trafficking and compelled prostitution. Families trying to help loved ones get stable jobs and housing. Communities that benefit when people can work instead of being locked out by old records. Who pays the price? Survivors who do not have access to legal help may still struggle to use this process. Employers and landlords lose access to some old criminal history tied to coercion. Why it matters. When someone is forced into a crime, punishing them forever does not make communities safer. It just keeps people trapped. Giving survivors a chance to seal these records means more people can work, rent homes, and live stable lives instead of being pushed back towards crisis or exploitation. Questions to ask your lawmakers. How will the state make sure survivors without lawyers can actually access this relief? Will there be any tracking to see whether this change is working the same way across all counties? Would you support additional funding for legal aid so this option is real for everyone, not just those who can afford help? Bottom line, Senate Bill 958 gives trafficking survivors a real chance to move forward instead of being punished forever for crimes they were forced to commit.